All right, welcome back. We actually take you back to Tembisa, where Ekurhuleni Mayor Tania Campbell is addressing community members. Let's listen in.
And MEC, the city welcomes you, and the city also and myself appreciates the efforts that you are putting in to assist us with issues that do not fall under our structures. Thank you.
Thanks, Mayor. Now I'll hand over to Mr. Zamani Sitole, who's the leader of the Tembisa Community Forum.
Good morning. On my end, I'd like to say to the community that I understand their anger and the reason why they took to the streets. As it was established here, people have the right to protest. It's unfortunate that certain events happened, like the passing of Umfuetu, and those things were not correct, but I plead with the community now that we find a way forward. Let's not dwell in the issues that another person said this or that and try to find a solution, because in the beginning of all of this, all we wanted was help with the issues that we are facing, and now we are dealing with those issues. Moving forward, let's try and keep the peace for now until such a time that we get to a point where all these situations are solved. There will be a briefing for the community after this where all these issues will be outlined. I wouldn't want to be the one that says them. I would give the relevant parties the platform to explain as to what they can do for the community. And that's where
No, thank you very much. We also have councillors of the area who are with us. And we also have members of the mayoral committees who are with us, accompanying the mayor. We want to greet you all this morning, and we want to thank you for coming through, to receive feedback. We had a short, brief meeting with all the stakeholders involved. We gave the community forum an opportunity to lead us and explain what are the issues, most of which you know, and we also gave the mayor an opportunity to respond and the councillors. And we are also happy that the mayor responded positively to today's meeting, despite the fact that there is another scheduled meeting on Friday with the community. And we agreed with the mayor that we will visit the bereaved families, but she will not join us for the community meeting, which we will address because we think it's important to give feedback about the process we have engaged, or rather we have started as the two spheres of government. In the process of engagement, we realize that there are many issues. Some of those issues can be resolved in the short term, others in the medium, and others will be long term. And at the same time, there are issues that will require national government and the province to work with the municipality. We have already spoken to some of the ministers and agreed, like Minister Pravin Gordhan, on some of the issues, especially related to ESCOM, not only in relation to Ekurhuleni. These issues affect our citizens throughout the province and in all the municipalities. And as Cogta, we have raised them before and will raise them again, because we want to ensure that there is an everlasting solution to all the challenges that faces our people. And this is in the context of understanding that the economy is not doing well and the cost of living is unbearably high. And that's why even when municipalities take decisions, or any sphere or organ of government must be alive to that reality, that petrol has been going up, yes, today, is going down, I think, but that's not enough. There's been concern about energy security. There's not been jobs that have been created. More and more young people are unemployed, and many other economic challenges that we know. And the President has last week already started with the process of explaining what steps government will be taking to deal with the issues of energy. The ministers yesterday were briefing the nation on this. So there's a lot of work that is being done. But the question is this work fast enough? Is this work impacting on the lives of the people? Because it doesn't matter what we say and what we believe that we're doing as government. But as long as there is no impact in the daily lives of our people, then it's not enough. And that's why here today we came to commit ourselves to working with the municipality, irrespective of who leads the municipality, because we are not obsessed with the politics and political parties. We are obsessed with solving the problems of the people. And that's why we are here today. We want to make sure that whatever happens in these engagements that we have started, we are able to solve the problem that the people are facing. And we are also aware that this is not the only community that is facing these problems. It is for that reason that we must be proactive. And that's why we said we will have a follow-up discussion with all the municipalities and agree on billing, for instance, is one of the biggest problems, not just for this municipality. Billing is a problem. All municipalities with ESCOM, in certain instances, even with rent water. So there has to be a comprehensive, coordinated, systematic way of dealing with billing. And if we don't deal with billing, unfortunately, it has an impact on people paying, for instance, because we also want people to pay. And I think that message must never be drowned at all the times. We want people to pay, and when people pay, they expect to get quality services. When people pay, they expect to get reliable services. So that's why it's important that we work with the municipalities and we receive the cooperation of everyone. On the tariffs, there are tariffs that the municipality has not much space to maneuver, like for water, electricity, because they are largely determined by the bulk water and electricity suppliers. But there are tariffs like graves and other and waste which are provided by the municipality. We're saying we want to find a way and how do we help, but we should also not be naive to the fact that the funding of municipalities has been a grey area, has been a big issue. The ability of some of them to raise revenue because of both objective and subjective factors cannot be ignored. So when we have these discussions in a long run, we will not be ignorant and naive to reality. But we are saying for now, the steps have to be put in place, and they have, to ensure that we bring about stability in this place. But it will also be amiss of us not to condemn the criminal elements who have sought to hijack the genuine protest and grievances of the people. Because when you listen to the memorandum that has been articulated, you realize the grievances are genuine. And these is issues that affect people on a daily basis. They can't not be raised. They have to be raised robustly, vigorously, in a systematic and organized way. We are saying at the same time we want to call for calm, but calling for calm does not mean we are suppressing people's views. We are suppressing their feelings. We can't. and we shouldn't even try to. But we're saying if they continue to march, to protest, they must do it in a peaceful fashion. We can even join them when they're doing it peacefully, because we identify ourselves with them. We pledge solidarity with them. We live amongst these communities, and it should not be that it is difficult for any of us to be part of these people's struggles. But at the same time, we must be able to move with speed, unapologetically and decisively to solve these issues. We'll also want to once again convey our heartfelt condolences to the 4 people who perished in the last few days. We know there's been stories about how others died, but the point is 4 lives have been lost, and we would want to visit those families to convey our condolences. But if the families agree, we would also want to have a memorial service to bring together the people of Tembisa, unite them in grief, and to also commit or recommit ourselves together with the people of Tembisa that we must never again allow criminal elements to infiltrate our genuine protests, which are meant to advancing the real struggles of our people. We know that the people are suffering, the economy is not doing well, cost of living has gone high, and there's a lot of interventions, as I've said, but the question is, are they enough? Are they quick enough? And are they making an impact? But we also said to the councillors have a responsibility to communicate with their constituencies. They don't need anybody's permission. They must be better organized, and they must be able to get information. They go to council meetings, and when they get information from the council meetings, they must immediately relay that information. I know some were complaining that they are not getting, because you see, we don't want a gap between them and members of the executive, because irrespective of who is in the executive, but the Constitution enjoys the council collectively as a legislative and executive authority. The authority of council, it's not in the hands of the executive, it's in the hands of council. So that's why parties that are in council have no choice but to work together. And as Cogta, we are not going to be blackmailed into being told that we can't act in this or that municipalities because of this or that, because we want municipalities to function effectively, to function efficiently, and to discharge their responsibilities. But we understand that municipalities also have weaknesses that might require of us to come in as a province and national, and we are saying they can depend on us. Ekurhuleni Mayor, you can depend on us. I know there are a few issues we might not see eye to eye on, policy matters, how to execute them, but overall, on fundamental issues that have to do with the lives of our people, we have no choice but to work together. Thank you.